Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Hi folks, I'm Dr. Matt Hale and welcome to Digital Pedagogy. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to put together a successful media review of a mass media product or text. First, let's define our terms. What do I mean when I say media product or text? Well, I mean any sort of mass-produced consumable piece of content. It could be an individual book or a book series, a film, television series, or a single episode of a TV show, an article or comics, an album, or pretty much any other kind of entertainment or educational media that one might consume. The advice that I'm offering here is meant to be general and flexible enough that you could adapt and apply it to just about anything. So to make this easy, I've made a list of 5 do's and 5 don'ts of writing a successful film or television or video game or comic or product review. Before we get started, please like the video, leave a comment, and above all else, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel for weekly how-to videos, video essays, and the like. First, the do's. Number 1, tell the audience what you're trying to accomplish and be explicit. You're making a review, so why not tell your audience that in your speech or essay or YouTube video that you'll be reviewing X, Y, or Z thing. Number 2, provide the relevant information and context necessary for your audience to understand whatever it is that you're talking about. So let's say you're reviewing the film Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. You'll need to tell the audience the name of the film, the year that it was released, who directed it, who stars in the film, and since this is a movie in a long-running series, I think it's the 25th in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the audience might need to know that as well. Then I'd offer a very streamlined plot overview. I'll talk more about this in a minute when I get to the don'ts. You have to walk a very fine line between giving too much information and not giving enough. Number 3, you need to have clear, explicit, specific, and easy to follow main points. If you want to be really kind to your audience, preview those main points in your introduction. If you're in a college public speaking class, do this. You might think it feels forced, but just do it. Let me give an example. If I were going to be reviewing the 2016 video game Doom, let's say, I would tell my audience that I'll be reviewing the 2016 Doom reboot, a first-person shooter developed by id Software and published by Bethesda Softworks. That was met with both critical and popular success. Then I might transition into saying that it's an excellent game, and here's me previewing my clear and specific main points because of its incredibly fast and fluid movement, refined gunplay, and engaging story. Or I might say something about the soundtrack. Number 4, remember to think about genre. This is a review. As such, you need to frame your discussion around the value proposition or the merit of whatever book or video game or product that you're reviewing. So whether you're talking about The Lord of the Rings, The Good Place, BioShock Infinite, GTA 5, Crime and Punishment, Tinder, or Blue Apron, your goal should be to assess the quality, merit, or value of a particular thing. You can help your audience make an informed decision about whether she, he, or they ought to download that book, try an app, or buy a PlayStation 5 if they could ever manage to find one. Number 5, make an explicit and clear recommendation to your audience. It could go something like this. Edgar Wright's 2004 horror comedy Shaun of the Dead is a funny and engaging film that's worth your time and hard-earned money. Or for fans of the long-running series, Far Cry 6 offers players solid gameplay, an interesting story, and hours of entertainment. If you're a fan of the Far Cry series, this is the single greatest game in the history of society. That's why we at IGN give it a 7 out of 10. The point here is to make a recommendation. You don't have to give it a score. That might actually even feel weird depending on the context and the audience, but again, here is the point. Make a recommendation. Now let's turn our attention to the don'ts. Don't number 1. Don't assume the audience is a huge fan of the obscure anime that you loved when you were a kid in the early 2000s or the cult classic first-person shooter that you got on shareware in the mid-90s. Play it safe. This goes back to do number 2. It's your job to provide just enough relevant information that will get your audience, as many of them as possible, up to speed and on the same page so that you can go about your business of making an evaluation of the media product that you've chosen to review. Don't number 2. Do not, no matter what you do, shift into a subpar, beat-by-beat walkthrough of the plot of an entire film or a book or a video game. No one wants that. A review is a review. It's not a poor retelling of an existing story. And another thing, you don't want to build up a laundry list in your review. While you need to tell your audience some relevant information that will help them to make an informed decision, don't list names of actors in a movie ad nauseum or describe each and every single character in a book. The audience doesn't really need to know every single product that a particular company has produced to make a decision about their most recent offerings. Don't number 3, don't spoil or ruin the thing that you're supposed to be reviewing in the first place. There's a cool twist ending? Awesome. Don't tell the audience about it. There's a really neat final act shift in gameplay mechanics? Neat. Again, don't ruin it. Your audience wants to hear your opinions and are open to the possibility of being persuaded by your perspective, so don't do something that will alienate them from you or the media product. Don't number 4, don't go off message, or maybe a better way of stating that, at least for me, would be to say don't go off genre. This is a review. If you've done things right, you should have given the audience the impression that you're going to be doing a review. You therefore have activated certain expectations in the audience and you have declared competence in that genre, and you've also taken on responsibility for meeting those expectations. So don't turn your review into a polemic about something else. And finally, don't number 5. Don't try to be someone that you're not. I'd highly recommend that you watch, read, listen to, and analyze a lot of critical reviews. Check out reviews by David B. and Cooley. Maybe even look at the channel Gamer Ranks. Those are just 2 suggestions. All right, that's it for our 5 do's and 5 don'ts of writing a successful media review. So good luck on your own projects, whether they're written, an oral presentation, a YouTube video, TikTok, or whatever it might be. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. The links will be in the description box down below. All that stuff. Take care of yourselves. Thanks again for watching. Bye.